What up, though, y'all? It's Chris broadcasting to you from the D. Let's get right into it, man. Elon Musk, he has doubled down on his disdain for Trump's big, beautiful bill. You know, he talked about it before, just briefly, though, and lightly. He said it could be big and it can be beautiful, but it can't be both. So that right there, we already were starting to see cracks in his relationship with the Trump administration. You know, he kind of seemingly abruptly left, and he released that statement saying that this exit at this time was already scheduled. You guys remember when I talked about him leaving, I wasn't exactly buying the whole schedule thing. I said, maybe, but I don't know about this. And I also went on to say about how when you have people with big personalities, big egos, they're movers and shakers, there's going to be conflict behind the scenes when one person isn't getting what they want or feeling like their feedback is being taken seriously, being seriously considered, all that. And I thought that that may have been a factor in Musk leaving, and now we see for a fact that it is, because he's mentioned now, and he says, and I quote, "I'm sorry, I just can't stand it anymore. This massive, outrageous, pork-filled congressional spending bill is a disgusting abomination. Shame on those who voted for it. You know you did wrong. You know it." Well, yeah. It don't get any clearer than that this is indeed the real reason why Elon separated himself from the Trump administration. Because there was talks of, oh, he served the maximum amount of time that a non-government employee or non-government elect or whatever could do. There was all this, and I'm just like, why was this never talked about before? Why is this just now being talked about today? So we see the truth. It's very shocking that Elon, I mean, it's not shocking to me that Elon has these feelings about it. It's shocking to me that he's being so public and vocal about it. And I've been looking at different things that people have been saying, and interestingly enough, as much as people love Trump, they're really siding with Elon on this. Here's a tweet here I'm reading by Rand Paul. He says, I agree with Elon. We have both seen the massive waste in government spending, and we know another $5 trillion in debt is a huge mistake. We can and must do better. So here you have it. Rand Paul, son of Ron Paul, chiming in on this. This one here is by Wall Street Mav, and Elon himself retweeted this. It says 10% of our national debt in one bill. Our government is out of control. Elon is correct. So, you know, you got a lot of people chiming in on this. A lot of who's who. This one here is by Thomas Massey. He's a representative. He says the big beautiful bill is a debt bomb ticking. It's also the biggest missed opportunity conservatives have ever had to put our country back on track of fiscal sanity. If we defeat this bill, a better one can be offered that won't bankrupt our country. So I've not seen this big, beautiful bill. I don't know what all it contains, but for those that have looked at this, even though it seemed like people were going along with it, a lot of people really wasn't rocking with it. And now that Elon has spoke out about it first, they feel a lot more comfortable voicing what they have to say about this as well. Here's another Rand Paul tweet. While I oppose increasing the debt ceiling by $5 trillion, I enthusiastically support making the tax cuts permanent and could vote for a big, not yet beautiful bill if the debt ceiling were voted on separately. You know, the thing is that one of the reasons why Elon was dead set against this thing is because he believed that the bill undermined DOGE's work. You know, it was like, here we are doing all this work, putting in all this effort to try to cut, you know, cost, wasteful spending, and then you propose a bill that has this, you know, what, 5 trillion higher debt ceiling or whatever. I do see where he would be coming from with that. I do see why he would have an issue with that, because what the hell were we all here for working on? Like, I assembled a team of brilliant minds to go through the spending with a fine-tooth comb. We're really trying to make a difference here, and we thought we were making a difference here, and you were giving us all the nods and all the praises about how wonderful our work was, and then you come in with this bill that pretty much flies in the face of everything that we were trying to do. So let me see if I can find one more here. Here's another Congressman, John Rose. He says 77 million Americans voted for DOGE cuts, not Washington's wasteful spending. That's very powerful, because that is true. The DOGE cuts, you know, I had random people showing up in the other video saying, I don't know what I'm talking about, this and that. No, I know exactly what I'm talking about, because unlike you guys that just believe whatever you see on The View and whatever else person that's out of touch is saying, while you're copy and pasting whatever they say and making it your opinion, I actually am paying attention to what's going on. And that's why I gave the praise that I did to Elon, saying that he was doing a fantastic job of cutting spending and finding fraud. Some people were talking about the whole people being up to 200 years old collecting Social Security was a code error that they read or something like that, and can provide no source of it. There's no reliable source of that out there that I could find, and they didn't provide a reliable source themselves. It was basically just like, you're wrong because I say you're wrong. You're saying something that I don't like. I don't agree with it because I'm in my feelings. It's against what I want to believe. This is really what's happening. My source is trust me, bro. And you'd be surprised how many people, because I've ran into people like this just in real life. You would be surprised how many people you can talk to and have a discussion. You know, you can have a discussion, and it's civil, not hostile, a very civil discussion, and you're sharing with them all types of facts of stuff, things that you know to be true because you've done the research, and because it doesn't look favorable on their favorite politician, they will claim that's not true. That's not true. You're just this, you're just that, you're just MAGA or whatever. And it's not, listen, information has no feelings or emotions. Information is just data. So when I look at things, I'm not looking at it from the lens of a conservative. I'm looking at it as, okay, this is information of what's going on. So I think I'll leave it there. Well, I'll read this last Elon tweet. It says a new spending bill should be drafted that doesn't massively grow the deficit and increase the debt ceiling by $5 trillion. And he has that in all caps. So yeah, Elon, for all intents and purposes, he's defected. Based on what always, you know, is being said here, for good reason. You know, I do think that Trump has done some great things since he's been in office, but this, from what we're seeing about this big, beautiful bill, it ain't it. It needs some more fine tuning. It needs to be struck down, and something else be rising from the ashes of it, if you will. So I'm gonna leave it there though, you guys. Hit me with a like if you like what I do. Hit me with a sub if you like what I do. And hit me in them comments. I'm gonna holler at y'all. Peace.